In this tutorial, I will show you how to enter into AO operating system and run a quest. So for this, we will be using command prompt and a series of commands from the ao.rv.dev website. So let's get started. By clicking on this website, we have reached a cookbook underscore ao.g8way.io. Let's go. Let's start by understanding what AO is. The AO computer is a world where countless parallel processes interact within a single cohesive computing environment, seamlessly interlinked through a native message passing layer. It is burgeoning ecosystem of decentralized programs akin to the World Wide Web, where each process, like a website, operates independently yet is intricately woven into a unified experience. So it's similar to www, and each process is like a website and it operates independently. So let's start. Click on begin. This is the first quest, the first exercise, and it is called Into the Rabbit Hole. In this exercise, you will encounter a series of challenges presented by two familiar characters, Morpheus and Trinity. You will dive deep into the rabbit hole guided by Morpheus as he presents you with a series of challenges to prove you are the one. Once you have completed all of the challenges presented by both Morpheus and Trinity, you will receive a token that grants you access to an exclusive chat room within AO called the Construct. Let's get started. Let's get started with Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay, so preparations. The awakening begins. You have always known that there is more to this world just outside of your reach. You have been searching for it, not even knowing what it is. It is AO, AO, AO. We begin our journey by installing the AOS client and starting a new process. This will allow us to interact with AO computer and complete the rest of the tutorial. So I'm using command line for this. You can also use Node.js version 20 plus and probably a code editor of your choice. So after installing Node.js or code editor, we have to install AOS and we have to run this command. So I'm just trying. I will copy it by clicking on this. See, it says copied, and I'm going to run it. I'm opening the command. I've copied the command. The process has been completed. It was completed in 21 seconds. And now we have to run AOS by processing the command AOS. So I'm copying this. See AOS. Welcome to the AO operating system. Type load dash blueprint chat to join community chat and ask questions. OS version is 1.10.18.2024 and we have to press Ctrl C twice to exit. AOS process ID, it's the unique ID for our system. So it's getting connected to the network. Let's wait. An error is occurred while trying to boot AOS. I'll have to check the access point. I will check the internet connection and resume the tutorial. So we were shown this kind of an image on the screen. We were shown the AOS version. Do you remember it was 1.10 dot something for us? And so I'm clicking on next, messaging in AO. In AO, every process runs in parallel, creating a highly scalable environment. Traditional direct function calls between processes aren't feasible because each process operates independently and asynchronously. Messaging addresses this by enabling asynchronous communication. Processes send and receive messages rather than directly invoking functions on each other. This method allows for flexible and efficient interaction where processes can respond to messages, enhancing the system's scalability and responsiveness. We will begin by exploring the basics of messaging in AOS, how to see these messages received in your inbox, and how to send messages to other processes. So, understanding the message structure. Let me see if the process has been connected. See, the process has been connected now, and we have to start by messaging. Messages in AO are built on Lua tables, which are versatile data structures that can hold multiple values. Within these tables, the data field is crucial as it contains the message's content or payload. This structure allows for efficient sending and receiving of information between processes, showcasing how AO primitives leverage Arweave's underlying capabilities to facilitate complex composable operations. So for example, data hello from process AI is a simple message. So we have to open the AOS CLI, which we did, and then we have to send a message like send target process ID data hello world. The send function is globally available in the AOS interactive environment. To send a message to a specific process, include a target field in your message. Like we have our own process ID, and data is the text message you want to receive by receiving the process. In this example, message is hello world. So first we have to store Morpheus process ID, and we will use the process ID provided below. We have to copy the process ID and store it into a variable by running below command in the AOS CLI. So I'm just doing this and pressing. See, undefined has been returned to us, but that doesn't mean that it is not completed. Expected results can be checked by typing Morpheus back. So I'm typing Morpheus and then see magic. The process ID has been returned. It starts from SO and ends from IU as shown on the screen. Moving to the next step. See, the message what we got as undefined is expected. To check the if the variable was successfully created, we typed Morpheus and pressed enter, and we were able to see the process ID. So checking Morpheus variable, we have already done that. We have to send message to Morpheus. After obtaining Morpheus process ID and storing it in a variable, we are ready to communicate with it. To do so, you should send the send function. Morpheus himself is a parallel process running in AO. He receives and sends messages using series of handlers. Let's send him a message and see what happens. So I'm just copying this and sending this back and executing it. Sorry. See message added to outbox. Moving to the next step, new message from, do you remember this is the process ID of Morpheus and data I am here, you are something something. But we have to check by using the inbox command. The inbox command, the inbox is where you receive messages from other processes. To see an in-depth view of an inbox message, head over the messages concept page. Let's check. So we just have to press this type the following command. We did this inbox. We got 34 because I have been experimenting. I've been using this for last many hours, many days. So I've got 34 messages, but the command line will return the number of messages in the inbox. So I have 34 messages. So how can we check the message? As we will assume his message was the last one received. To read the last message in the inbox, type the following command. Inbox, the number of message and data. So for me, it's 34. So I'm typing this and see the magic. Morpheus sent to me, I am here. You are finally awake. Are you ready to see how far the rabbit hole goes? Now we have to respond to him, isn't it? So, as per the tutorial on the cookbook, we did this command line returned the data of the message. I am here, you are finally awake, you are ready to see how far it goes. So, you are now using the process to communicate with Morpheus, another parallel processing running in AO. You are now ready to move to the next step in the tutorial. Okay. We have to understand tags. So purpose of tags. Tags in AOS messages are used to categorize, route and process messages efficiently. They play a crucial role in message handling, especially when dealing with multiple processes or complex workflows. Some processes use handlers that are specifically interact with messages that have certain tags. For example, a process may have a handler that only interacts with messages that have a specific tag, which we will see an example of the chat room tutorial. So how to use the tags? In case of Morpheus, we can use tags to categorize our messages because Morpheus is an autonomous process. He has handlers that can interact with messages that have certain tags. We already know that data of the message is a text-based message which you want to send to another process. Earlier, we sent a message to Morpheus without any tags, in which he used a handler to respond to exact matching data. Okay, let's show Morpheus that we are ready. We have to send a message with the tag action and the value rabbit hole because that's the name of the task as well. So we have to copy this and we have to send it back to Morpheus. Message added to outbox. So can you guess what's the number of message? Yeah, it would be 35. How can we check it? It's through the inbox command. So you can press the upward key twice, upward arrow key, and see I have to change the number here to see the message. This is the message which he replied to us. Then let us test your readiness. Create a chat room and send me an invite. We will continue to see if you are truly ready there. Okay. This is on the expected lines. See this message on the screen. Then let us test your readiness. Create a chat room and send me an invite. We will continue to see if you are truly ready there. There are a few additional tips. You can just read through it. It's very easy. The team has done a wonderful job to create a detailed tutorial. Now we have to build the chat room. Building a chat room is easy. We'll be using using the Lua scripting language. It has two primary functions. Register allows process to join the chat room and broadcast send messages from one process to all the registered participants. So let us begin. For this, you have to open your preferred code editor. I prefer Notepad++ and I'll be opening it. So opening the Notepad++, we have to create a new file name called chatroom.lua. So this is the Notepad++. I'm saving it say.aos.json. I have to save it in the same folder. Chatroom.lua. Save. Okay, great. Now we have to create the member list. In Chatroom, you will begin by initializing a list to track participants. State in Notepad plus 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 plus and press Ctrl S. Moving to the next step, we have to save the chartroom file, which we already did. We have to load the chartroom to AOS. If you haven't already, start your OS. Okay, that has been done. In the AOS CLI, type the following script to incorporate your script into the AOS process. It's dot load space chartroom.lua. I'm doing this in my command line. Don't worry about all these messages. Some people are communicating with the community, so you'll keep on keep on viewing the messages here. Undefined, we have got the output here. Now we have to see where are we. As the screenshot above shows, you may receive undefined as a response. This is expected, but we still want to make sure the file loaded correctly. So we have to type members and should return the empty array with this parenthesis. So see, I'm executing the command members. For me, I have a lot of members because I did it yesterday before creating this tutorial. You would get an empty list like this. Moving to the next step, see this is what you will get. Creating chat room functionalities. The registration handler. The register handler will allow processes to join the chat room. Adding a registered handler. Modifying chat room to include the handler of for members to register chat room with following code. Okay, so this we have to include in a file to include a handler for members. So just copy this and go to your notepad++ or the chartroom.lua file, press enter twice and paste this and saved it. We have to reload. This handler will allow processes to register the chat room by responding to the tag action equal to register, and printed message will confirm stating registered will appear when registration is successful. I hope everything is clear to you. Moving to the next step, let's reload and check. So we have to reload. And now handlers list. See, all the handlers are there. We got the undefined message. See, eval default register function is there, eval is there, default is there. So we have got the correct output. Let's test the registration process by registering ourselves to the chat room. We have to execute this command. Just copy it and execute. Message added to the inbox. Now, see, registered has been. Now I will type inbox. What was the message count for me? Can you tell me? It was inbox 35. So we should get the message at 36. Registered is the message. So we are on the correct track. Now proceeding with the next step. We got this message. The message is if successful, you should see that there was a message added to the outbox and that you see a new printed message that says registered. We got that. To check if to finally let's check to see if we were successfully added to members list. executing members, and this is our process ID, and we have been registered. This is Morpheus's ID. Moving to the next step. If successful, you will now see your process ID. This is the process ID you got at the time of starting of AOS at the front screen, which I showed you. Now we have to add the broadcast handler. Now you have you have the chat room. Let's create a handler that would allow you to broadcast messages to all the members of the chat room. Add the following handler to the chat room file. So we have to add this file. I am copying this, pasting it here. Control S. It's all done. We have to load the chat room again. Sorry, the Lua file again. Pasting this. Load dot load space chatroom dot lua. Undefined is the message. That's okay. We have to test the broadcast handler by sending message to the chat room. Copying this file. Copying this message. Send target AO.id action broadcast data broadcasting my first message. Message added to the inbox, outbox, sorry, and yeah, broadcasting my first message. Message from this process ID. I must have got many messages. Now I have to check how many of there. Inbox. Sorry, it was hash inbox. So inbox. What was it? I think it was this. 42. Sorry. So what is the last message I've got? Inbox 42 dot data. Undefined is the message. What is at inbox 41? I'm doing something incorrect here. Let me just check. Okay, sorry. Beware that it is case sensitive. Hence, it was not working. Now it would work. Broadcasting my first message was the output we were desiring. If successful, you should see that there was a message added to your outbox, and then you should see a new printed message that says broadcasting the first message, because you are also recipient of the message since you are the member of the members chat room. That makes sense. Now we have to invite Morpheus. Now that you have successfully registered yourself to the chat room, let's invite Morpheus to join us. To do so, we'll send an invite to him that will allow him to register to the chat room. Morpheus is an autonomous agent with a handler that will respond to the tag action equal to join, in which you will have to, in which we will then have him to use a register tag to register to the chat room. Let's send Morpheus to an invitation to join the chat room. To confirm that Morpheus has joined the chat room, let's check the members list. So first, let's invite him. Running the command, messages added to the outbox. It would be 43. Good, very good. Now let me introduce you to Trinity. Here is her process ID. Once you have saved her process ID as you did mine, invite her to the chat room as well. So we'll do it. Moving to the next step, we have to invite Trinity. Within this message, she will give the Trinity's process ID, which already we got it. So use the same process to save her process ID as Trinity to invite her to the chat room as you did with Morpheus. If successful, she joins the chat room, then she will post the next challenge for you, that's creating a token. So do you remember how can we do this? So we have to copy this. Trinity equals to the process ID we got in the message copying that and executing it. Undefined, okay, that's good. We have to check if the value was stored correctly. We ran Trinity and got the output. Now we have to invite. So send target Morpheus. Instead of Morpheus, we have to invite Trinity. So I'm going to change this. Send target equal to Trinity, action equal to join. Okay. Messages added to outbox. Amazing. We have last message was message number 43, I guess. So it would be, let me just check how many messages I have got. We'll check the latest message. So running this command, 52. Great. So I'll check message number 52, which is the last one. Dot data. So this is the message by Trinity to me. So this is, sorry for the confusion. We checked how many messages we got and we checked the last message. This is the message received from Trinity. So this is the one Morpheus has been going on about. You may have impressed him by completing his challenge, but I am not so easily impressed. I will be the judge of whether you are ready to see how far the rabbit hole goes. Create a token. We'll be using it to token gate this chat room. Do that, then I may be impressed. Don't worry, it's easy. Moving to the next step. So congratulations, you have successfully built a chat room in AO and you have invited Morpheus to join you. We have invited Trinity as well. You have created a broadcast handler to send messages to all the members of the chat room. Next, you will continue to engage with Morpheus, but this time you will be adding Trinity to the conversation. She will lead you to the next step of challenges. Good luck. So moving to the next one. When creating tokens, we will continue use the Lua language within AO to mint a token guided by the principles outlined in token specification. Wonderful. Continuing down the rabbit hole. In our last tutorial, we learned how to create a chat room within AO, invited Morpheus and Trinity to the chat room we created, and then Trinity has now asked to create a token for her way as a way of proving ourselves worthy of continuing down the rabbit hole. Two paths to building a token. There are two paths. The first is Blueprint. This is a pre-designed template that helps you quickly build a token. It's a great way to get started and be customized to fit your needs. And we can use this or manual method. This is a step-by-step guide to build a token from scratch. This part is for who wants to understand the inner working of a token and how to build one from ground up. Let's use the blueprint method. For this tutorial, we'll be using the token blueprint to create token for Trinity. This is pre-designed template that would help you quickly build a token in AO. You will use the token blueprint. Make sure same directly. We have to open the terminal. We have already started AOS. We have to type in dot load blueprint token. Dot load dash blueprint token undefined is the output. So this will load the required handlers for tutorial token within AO. It is important to note that the token blueprint isn't specific to this tutorial and can be used as a foundation for any token. That's amazing. We have to verify if it is loaded or not. So type in handlers list to see the newly loaded handlers. And you will see the newly loaded handlers. Okay. So we have to see what we have to see. You will see a new list of handlers that have been loaded to AOS. You have been following across the previous steps. You will see the handlers for chat room as well. Okay. Yeah, mint. Mint is the function. Yeah, mint is the handler. We have got it. Great. Moving to the next step now. Testing the token. Now you have the token blueprint loaded. We can test the token by sending the messages to ourselves using the action equal to info tag. So send target AO.id, which is our ID, and action is info. Executing it, messages added to inbox. Now we have to run the inbox command to see how many messages have we got, 53, and we have to check the message inbox square brackets 53 dot capital DATA 0164. Okay. See, we have already done this. Inbox hashtag inbox or data. Replace the inbox with the number of last message received. We have already done this. This will print the token information to the console and it will show your process ID with the total balance of the tokens available. This will print the message to the console, but to read the message, you will need to call the data from the latest message that we have already done. Now we have to send the tokens to Trinity. Now we have tested the token and it is working as expected. We can send some tokens to Trinity. We will send 1000 tokens to Trinity using action equal to transfer tag. Just copy this and run the command. Message is added to outbox. Debit notice. Token received. Okay, so many messages. When Trinity receives the token, she will respond to the transfer with messages to confirm that she has received it. Our response will look something like this. Trinity token received, interesting. So let us check what we have got. Inbox, hashtag inbox, 59. Let's check the latest message. Inbox 59 dot data. Amazing. Token received, interesting. Same message. I wasn't sure you would make it this far. I'm impressed, but we are not done yet. I want you to see this too. Token. I want you to use this token to token gate this chat room. Do that, and then I will believe that you could be the one. Almost there. We have completed the process of creating a token and sending it to Trinity. Now we are ready to move to the next step, which is the token gating. Let's create a handler that will allow us to token gate the chat room. This handler will respond to the tag action equal to broadcast, meaning it will replace the original broadcast handler we built for our chat room. We have to start the same process. We have to open the Lua file that's already done. We have to edit the broadcast handler, replace the original broadcast handler with the following code. So I think we have to replace this message. Utils has message matching action broadcast has utils action. Okay, I'm replacing this. Pressing Control plus S to save it. This handler will now check the balance of sender's token before broadcasting the message to the chat room. If the sender doesn't have a token, the message will not be broadcasted. Save the file. Now we have to reload it. Great, almost there. Good going, guys. We have already completed many steps. Undefined, that's okay, that's good. Now we have to check if chat room is token gated. Let's test it by sending a message to the chat room. First, we'll test it from the original AOS process. We have to, don't copy the entire thing, just copy this command and execute it. Message added to inbox. This is the same process ID as ours. We are sending a message to ourselves, which is hello. Okay. We broadcasting message from Neo. Yeah, Neo. We are the Neo. I am the Neo. We have to test it from another process ID. Let's test from another new AOS process that doesn't have a token. We'll first need to register to the chat room. Send target your process ID action equal to register. Okay, so my process ID is this one. I have to replace this here in double quotes. Message added to outbox. I've got the message registered. That's amazing. Uh, okay, registered. Now let's try to send message to the chat room. Send target your process ID broadcast data hello. See, we have got this message data equal to registered. Message from process ID. See, message from process ID data is equal to registered. We are on the right track. Good going. Almost there. We have to change the process ID with our process ID here and run it. Message added to outbox. Content. Hello. Okay. As you can see, the message was not broadcasted because the new process doesn't have a token. Okay, I should have used some other process ID, but that's okay. Let's tell Trinity it is done. From the original AOS process, send a broadcast message to the chat room saying that it is done. I'm copying this and I'm going to execute it. Executing the command now. Message added to outbox. Broadcasting messages. I've got number of messages. Let me check by executing inbox. Okay, 60 messages. Amazing. Inbox that square bracket 60 dot data registered. We have got the broadcasting message from Trinity. Content. I guess Morpheus was right. You are the one. Consider me impressed. You are now ready to join the construct and exclusive chat room available to only those who have completed this tutorial. Now go join the others by using the same tag you use registered with the process ID. This and good luck. So we have to execute this command. So I'm just going to copy the join command. Target, we have to use the process ID here. So replace Trinity with the process ID we have got as an output of this one. Message added to outbox. Inbox 60. Moving to the next step. Expected results. Register construct good ID. Okay, you have done it. You have successfully token gated the chat room. This is now unlocked access to the construct where only those who have fully completed this tutorial can enter. You have shown a great deal of promise. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. We are ready to build freely in AO. Congratulations, guys. Make sure to claim the tokens. I will copy. To claim the rewards, you have to execute this command. Just copy this and execute it. You will get the tokens in some time. I'm not going to execute it because I've already done it. So I'm ending this tutorial here. If you have any queries, just ping us on the various channels. Our username, our ID is MOTScryptoA2Z. Have a wonderful day. Congratulations. See ya.